Hi, welcome to Unplugged with Eraldo. It's so glad to have you with us. We have a great show lined up for you from actor Kazy Tauginas, who recently appeared on Equalizer 2 with Denzel Washington, to advice on how to have a health and wellness on a budget, to tips on how to throw a stress-free holiday party. We have a lot to cover, so let's get right to it. Joining me is rising actor star Kazy Tauginas, who has appeared on the TV series Blind Spot and Blue Bloods, to name just a few shows, and has been in hit films such as John Wick and The Broken Tower. Please help me welcome Kazy Tauginas. Hi, Kazy. How are you, man?
Good. How you doing?
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going great.
I can't believe you're here, man. I really am. I've read so much about you, and it's very interesting. But and your background is interesting as well too, and we'll touch that upon. But tell us a little bit about who you are and what made you go into the acting.
Oh, wow. So, I'm primarily, I like to say that I'm a creative.
Okay.
I'm not just an actor, but, I write, I produce, I've directed.
Right.
What really happened in my life to kind of make me come to the realization that I wanted to be a creative.
Right.
I used to own a 24-hour diner in Newark, Delaware.
Wow.
Really close by, yeah. And when
That must have been something.
it was an experience. I was in my 20s running
Wow.
a 24-hour place, and it was an adventure. And when that adventure came to an unfortunate end, yeah, it brought me to a fork in the road where I had to really be real with myself as to what I wanted to do.
Right.
And I had that conversation, and the little voice on my shoulder was like, "Be an actor."
Be an actor.
So we went back to school, and January 2009, I enrolled in the New York Film Academy, and
But before that, though, I have to say, you tried figure skating? Tell people a little about the figure skating, because I was like, wow, figure skating. Then you obviously get into boxing and all that, but figure skating, why figure skating?
So when I was young, my parents, growing up in Chicago, wanted me to play all the sports.
Okay.
And every season, I would go from, we'd go baseball, we'd go soccer, we'd go basketball, winter would come around.
Sports that everybody
plays.
Right.
They wanted me to learn how to skate. And as I got older, I just really fell in love with it. And it became my sport of choice through, middle school and high school and even into college, where I attended the University of Delaware.
Okay.
And I really, now coming from, this entertainment background, I realized that it was really the performance aspect of skating that I really enjoyed. But I always had this other voice on my other shoulder that was like, you really should learn how to box.
On your shoulders.
Yeah, you gotta listen.
You gotta listen to these voices.
So the boxing thing was kind of as I got older, I really loved the sport, and I really wanted to learn how to do it. And when I kind of came to an end with figure skating, and I just really, there was only a couple of months where I segued into boxing, and both sports, I learned so much time management.
Of course.
It
teaches you more than just the sport, right? There's a lot of other things.
Yes.
But let me touch up, and I'd be remiss if I don't touch upon Denzel Washington. Please tell us, how was it working with Denzel Washington?
Well, anytime that you work with a legend,
of course,
it's the initial shock value first.
Oh my God!
Because you see someone that you've grown up watching, and you have to kind of keep the bravado of I'm not starstruck right now, and just be like, well, I'm business, we're good, let's do it. But he's so intense and focused that that moment of being starstruck is a fleeting moment. It's just gone, and you just get right into the work.
My God.
And he's so good at what he does.
He's so intense, right?
Yes, and it forces you to bring your A game as an actor, and I love that.
Of course, that's what acting requires, right? To bring your A game every single time, right?
100%.
And I'm sure Denzel brought it right out of you, right?
Absolutely. And Antoine Fuqua, the director, he's an actor's director.
That's right.
And he really, really loves to see what actors can bring to the role.
Of course.
And between the two of them having the intensity and the focus and the freedom to be able to create with Antoine's directing style, it was one of those projects where it was literally being on set was a dream come true.
And you played the villain, right, in the Equalizer?
I played one of a team of four. There was four primary antagonists in the film, and I play Ari.
Okay.
And Ari is a former government operative turned private.
Okay.
Who used to work with Robert McCall, and playing a guy like that I like to think of villains as they're people too.
Of course.
Right? So everyone
a little
has
demented, but
right,
they're people too, though, right?
But everyone has a different motivation.
True.
So the thing is, like, when you're playing a villain, I don't think of myself as like, oh, I'm being this bad guy.
Right.
No, I'm doing a guy who I'm playing a guy who does things that other people are not willing to do for money. And for me, the biggest challenge playing Ari was really the physicality, the learning how to use automatic weapons, and you know, all of the very technical things that you need to do to learn how to portray a professional killer well on screen. And I really drilled with like stunt team to like get that. That was really important to me.
That's important, right?
That I moved properly. And,
let's talk about Standing 8, because I want to get this in.
Sure.
Tell me a little bit about Standing 8.
Okay, Standing 8 is a film, an award-winning film, short film that I wrote about a boxer who gets diagnosed with systemic lupus.
Okay.
The film played at 28 festivals worldwide. We've taken home numerous awards.
Right.
My motivation behind the project...
Please, tell me about the motivation.
Was my mother has systemic lupus.
Okay.
And I also had never played a boxer to that time. So it became a thing where I wanted to take two aspects of my life to make like a project that was going to be worthwhile.
Right.
And I couldn't think of anything else that was important to my life as raising lupus awareness.
Right.
To kind of help this audience that really has never been catered to.
So this movie is dedicated basically to your mom, right?
It's absolutely, and all of the people whose lives are affected by lupus.
Right, which is a terrible, terrible disease.
Yeah, if your audience doesn't know, it's an autoimmune disease where the body's immune system attacks healthy organ and tissue.
Kazy, thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure. Good luck to you.
All right,
come back again.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, still to come. Do you struggle like most Americans trying to figure out how you can have health and wellness on a budget? We all know that health is your best investment, so my next guest is going to give us advice on how to invest wisely. Stay tuned.